Throughout the end of 2022, the narrative of PackGod's rise amidst adversity took center stage. How did PackGod go from running a successful YouTube channel and Discord server, while enjoying the support of hundreds of thousands of fans, and being one of the most respected figures in the packing scene, to having all his work and revenues stripped away, being silenced by his former business partner, and unjustly shunned from his community, while eventually rebuilding his career and rising above his detractors? Today, we embark on an exploration of the PackGod and Leg drama, the compelling narrative of two content creators' partnership, experiencing the pinnacle of shared success, along with the depths of deceit, doxing, and controversy, and an unexpected betrayal from a friend. But first, some context. PackGod is a YouTuber known for his niche style of content called packing. Packing is defined as a specific form of trash talking, or a pseudo-genre of rap, where two opponents verse each other in impromptu rap battles, often over a Discord call. This entails rapid-fire insults and witty or humorous remarks aimed at a diverse range of targets, from well-known creators like iShowSpeed, Steak, and Gideon to more niche communities such as furries, e-girls, and Discord moderators. PackGod fearlessly takes aim at a wide spectrum of personalities and groups, showcasing his ability to entertain and engage audiences across different corners of the internet. Furthermore, in addition to his packing content, PackGod has a penchant for crafting diss tracks. These tracks blend sharp wit, cleverly crafted lyrics aimed at poking fun or expressing criticism towards specific individuals. PackGod's diss tracks have gained him a significant amount of recognition due to PackGod's audacious approach to content creation. This has also garnered PackGod acclaim as a notable figure within the packing community, accumulating a substantial fan base of 3.18 million subscribers on his main channel, named PackGod, and 276,000 subscribers on his second channel named PackGod TV. PackGod and his former business partner, Leg, first crossed paths in the world of Discord, specifically within packing servers. At this time, before both meeting, Leg had positioned himself as a pivotal figure in the packing scene, taking the initiative to establish the Void YouTube channel and Discord, a space where various packing-related content was collected and shared. This channel served as a hub for the ongoing packing activities within the Void server. After this, Leg and PackGod's paths soon converged. As PackGod had joined the Void Discord, it was not long after PackGod's arrival that the two individuals connected and struck up a friendship. Their shared passion for packing, rap battles, and creative engagement had brought them closer together. As their camaraderie flourished, PackGod eventually became a significant part of the Void channel. Collaborating closely, they managed and curated content, fostering a sense of community within the Void server. The bond between Leg and PackGod extended beyond the virtual realm, as evidenced by the many times PackGod and Leg have met in real life and the collaborations on Leg's channel. At this time, PackGod even referred to Leg as his friend, showcasing the depth of their friendship. Following this, PackGod quickly took on a co-owner role for the Void channel and Discord while also creating a second channel named PackGod and Leg, both agreeing to transform both the Void and PackGod and Leg channels into brand channels, resulting in a 50-50 ownership split. This collaborative effort in overseeing their community served as a tangible testament to their mutual dedication to the art of packing and their shared commitment to the vibrant community they had helped shape. The Void channel had at this time transitioned their content from packing-based content to now primarily specializing in the creation of diss tracks targeted at prominent and widely recognized content creators. This approach initially met with considerable success. The most successful of these tracks took direct aim at the widely known streamer, Pokimane. This diss track aimed to provoke reactions and fuel significant viewership to the Void YouTube channel, and it undeniably achieved its goal, capturing widespread attention from fans and critics alike. As a result, their channel grew, solidifying their status as influential content creators within the creator space. However, beneath the triumph, the very diss track that brought them attention also seemed to exacerbate differences between PackGod and Leg. By mid-2022, tensions had begun to rise between PackGod and Leg. The exact cause of their conflict is not entirely clear, but it seems that disagreements and issues arose behind the scenes regarding their collaborative effort. The situation escalated when on August 25, 2022, Leg made the decision to hastily remove PackGod from all their joint social media accounts and platforms, such as Discord, YouTube, and Spotify. This action effectively severed their collaboration. The biggest of these platforms was another Discord server that PackGod and Leg started together, named Park. This server was utilized as an additional server for their broader community on the PackGod and Leg channel. This server had a substantial community of approximately 60,000 members. Before the incident, both PackGod and Leg had owner roles on this server. Like the other platforms PackGod and Leg shared, Leg removed PackGod from the server. Following this, Leg purged all direct messages relating to PackGod and invited his friend Hawk and others to the server, gave them roles, and had them host stages on the server. During these stages, which were broadcast in front of thousands of fans, false allegations were levied against PackGod, accusing him of being a predatory person. This happened while PackGod was banned from the server, leaving him unable to defend himself or address the accusations. The consequences of this were significant. The close-knit community that PackGod had dedicated time and effort to build was now facing baseless accusations, with no opportunity for PackGod to address the issues or present his perspective. Moreover, the situation was exacerbated by the involvement of others who seemed to revel in bullying and belittling PackGod. Following this, PackGod released a video explaining their perspective on the situation. PackGod's first video, titled "How My Best Friend Betrayed Me and Stole 3 Years of My Life's Work," premiered on August 26, 2022. In this video, PackGod begins the video by addressing Leg directly, expressing the want to talk one-on-one. Acknowledging the unprecedented turn of events, PackGod goes on to explain Leg's actions have resulted in a complete breakdown of communication. PackGod goes on to explain how Leg is trying to deliberately silence him by taking control of vital social media accounts. PackGod goes on to explain how these platforms were not only a creative outlet but also a source of income for PackGod. After this, PackGod discusses a situation involving an editor named Somber. Leg allegedly had Somber edit a video without paying him for 3 months. Somber had repeatedly asked PackGod when he was getting his payment, going on to ask Leg, who went on making excuses and never paying him. Eventually, PackGod instructed Somber to publicly expose Leg on Instagram for not receiving his payment. PackGod criticizes Leg's behavior, highlighting that Leg is upset only because he's being called out for not compensating an editor who had worked for him. Before the release of PackGod video, Leg begins a live stream in an attempt to explain to the confused viewers why PackGod was removed from the channel. While Leg was streaming, PackGod asked one of his friends to record the live stream and started a Discord stage in an attempt to counter Leg's live stream. In PackGod's video, PackGod brings up a clip of Leg's live stream and proceeds to debunk all of Leg's points, exposing contradictions and a lack of valid reasons for Leg's actions. During Leg's live stream, in an attempt to rationalize his takeover of the channels to the viewers, Leg goes on to explain how, after working with PackGod for a while, he started to display his true character. Leg goes on to broadly claim that PackGod exhibited negative traits like narcissism, manipulativeness, and self-centeredness. However, PackGod challenges these assertions due to the absence of substantial evidence. Leg also portrays PackGod as a poor teammate and business partner but fails to provide convincing proof to support his claims. After the release of PackGod's video, Leg uploaded a video titled "The Truth About PackGod," which has subsequently been removed. In this now deleted video, Leg subtly avoided addressing any of the valid points made by PackGod in his video. Instead, Leg selectively highlighted events and situations that cast PackGod in a negative light, essentially crafting a calculated smear campaign. Within this video, Leg specifically hand-picked instances where it looked like PackGod displayed traits like narcissism, manipulativeness, and self-centeredness, in an attempt to prove the points he made in his earlier live stream. Leg's response also focused on PackGod's failure to acknowledge his modest contributions to the Void and the PackGod and Leg channel. This video was meant to illustrate Leg's perception of PackGod's self-centered tendencies. Moreover, within the video, as more evidence, Leg proceeds to elaborate on how PackGod altered the name of their second channel from Leg and PackGod to PackGod and Leg, and also adjusted the profile to solely represent PackGod. Furthermore, Leg constantly brings up a previous incident concerning PackGod, wherein PackGod had used a racial slur during a packing session 3 years ago. Leg's mention of this incident seems primarily intended as a reactionary tactic to divert backlash and tarnish PackGod's reputation, rather than genuinely offering a valid explanation for why he chose to block PackGod from his main source of income at the time. After this, PackGod goes on to debunk claims of toxic behavior in a video titled, "The Truth About Leg." PackGod explains that these accusations lack specificity and concrete examples, and how these assertions carry an air of groundlessness around them, as Leg neglects to offer evidence or instances to support his assertions. PackGod reveals the uneven work balance and an unfair workload put upon PackGod behind the scenes, and also expresses anger about how Leg will profit off PackGod's work. PackGod also states that both PackGod and Leg had already agreed on changing the name due to considerations regarding search engine optimization, and also mentions that their YouTube banner displayed both PackGod and Leg clearly. PackGod explains they were the driving force behind the creation of numerous diss tracks and songs that contributed to the growth of their various online platforms. Despite this, PackGod maintained a sense of fairness by offering Leg an equal 50-50 cut of the joint profits. This action refutes Leg's depiction of PackGod as an ineffectual partner. PackGod also points out that they have a history of strong collaboration and partnership. PackGod recounts instances of working closely together, arranging face-to-face meetings, and collaborating on joint creative endeavors. These accounts contradict Leg's portrayal of PackGod as a self-centered individual. PackGod then discusses their thwarted attempts to communicate their perspective and expresses frustration at being denied a platform to defend themselves and their work. Leg's actions have effectively silenced PackGod's voice, leaving them unable to address the situation directly. Despite this, PackGod remains resolute in their determination to shed light on the situation and the truth. In a video titled, "My Final Response Regarding PackGod," Leg proceeds to explain that since he uploaded a 30-minute video, and the average watch time was only 8 minutes, it's likely that most viewers did not fully grasp his intended message. Leg continues to clarify that the main purpose of his last video was to provide insights into PackGod's character. Furthermore, Leg mentions that PackGod had previously released a video titled, "I Quit," only to later unlist it. Leg asserts that this video appeared to be an attempt to elicit sympathy from viewers. In the subsequent days, PackGod quickly countered by creating a video that exposed Leg's actions. In one instance, PackGod states that Leg's reason for kicking him out was because Leg was jealous of PackGod's success. Furthermore, it is revealed in a community post that Leg sold their Discord with over 60,000 online users to a Roblox gambling site for over $6,000 and 10% ownership in the site, and offered to sell the Void channel to the same buyer for $20,000. In another community post, PackGod shares a video of Leg trying to sell both the Void YouTube channel and the PackGod and Leg YouTube channel for a combined total of $75,000. After this, Aiden Ross and iShowSpeed are hosting a live stream, and they invite PackGod to participate. The initial plan is for PackGod to engage in some friendly roasting of Aiden and Speed for entertainment purposes. As the live stream begins, PackGod starts delivering his roast in a humorous manner. However, as PackGod continues with his roasting, it becomes evident that Aiden Ross is not taking it well. Aiden Ross becomes visibly upset and frustrated by the roasting, which seems to be unexpected given the lighthearted context of the stream. In an unexpected turn of events, likely stemming from the actions of Leg and his friends on the Discord stage mentioned earlier in the video, Aiden Ross suddenly accuses PackGod of being a predatory person. He claims that iShowSpeed had informed him about this serious allegation. PackGod immediately denies the accusation and requests proof or evidence to support such a claim, asserting that such an allegation requires concrete evidence before it can be considered credible. Aiden does not acknowledge his own responsibility for bringing up the accusation on the live stream without verifying its accuracy. Aiden appears to be dismissive of the seriousness of the situation. He laughs and seemingly ignores PackGod's explanations and responses. Despite Aiden's initial commitment to resolving the situation and addressing the accusation later in the live stream, while the situation does get solved, Aiden's demeanor indicates a lack of genuine concern. His behavior during the conversation does not demonstrate a sincere effort to rectify the situation or to address the gravity of the accusation. After this, on September 14, 2022, PackGod posted a diss track targeting Leg. This video titled PackGod Leg diss track featuring Penguin Zero featured a segment where Moist Critical expressed support for PackGod's perspective. The diss track critiques Leg for being a clout chaser, liar, and an inadequate rapper, sharing multiple videos where he engaged in rap battles and humorously mocked Leg, all in front of his own audience. Within a span of 2 months, the video amassed around 818,000 views and garnered 55,000 likes. After this, a community post was posted on PackGod's new channel. PackGod goes on to explain that their Discord server had been nuked. Nuking a Discord server refers to an action where someone with administrative privileges purposefully causes widespread disruption and damage to the server by deleting channels, banning members, and potentially spamming inappropriate content, in the goal of making the server unusable and to erase all the server's data. In this case, PackGod's server, which PackGod owned and managed separately from Leg, was made for a video called 100 PackGods vs 100 Legs. After this video, PackGod continued to utilize the server for his personal Discord, which unfortunately became a target. The individual responsible, likely associated with the PackGod and Leg drama, gained access to the server by token logging a staff member's account. Being token logged on Discord refers to the unauthorized access or capture of a user's authentication token, a unique piece of data that authenticates and identifies the user on the platform. This can happen when a malicious entity gains access to someone's token without their consent. This unauthorized access allowed them to carry out a series of disruptive actions. The individual deleted multiple channels within the Discord server. They banned multiple members from the server. The individual also spammed disturbing images and words in the server's chat. The disruption caused by this nuking incident likely resulted in chaos within PackGod's Discord community. Members were unable to access their usual channels, engage in conversations, or share content. PackGod highlights the seriousness of this incident as part of a series of escalating events involving the individuals associated with the conflict. After this, PackGod released a video titled, "My Family is Being Attacked." The video begins with PackGod providing a disclaimer about the seriousness of the content they are about to discuss. They highlight that their family's house was swatted. In the dead of night, PackGod's father was awakened by police officers banging on the door due to an anonymous false report of an active shooter. This dangerous act diverts police resources and can lead to unintended harm. PackGod clarifies that they are working with the police and providing them relevant information. PackGod reveals that he knows who was involved in the swatting incident, which would turn out to be the best friends and co-owners of Leg's Discord server. PackGod then explains that they have proof of these individuals' involvement in the swatting incident. PackGod then goes into the events leading up to the swatting. PackGod explains how one night before the swatting, Leg's friend, Miami, was involved in threatening to harm PackGod and PackGod's girlfriend. After this, PackGod confronts Miami about these threats, who later admits it was wrong and claims it was a joke. After this confrontation, PackGod's Discord server was attacked and vandalized. After the swatting incident occurred, PackGod's suspicion initially fell on Leg due to PackGod's personal information being available on a contract for the YouTube channels that they both used to manage. However, PackGod later concluded that Leg supplied his friends, Miami and Ian, who were known for doxing people with PackGod's personal information. PackGod presents chat messages and conversations where Miami offers to sell PackGod's private information to someone undercover named Downey. In this group chat, Miami agrees to sell PackGod's personal information for 250 Bitcoin. Ian then explains further in this group chat that he also has PackGod's private information and proceeds to claim that he had indeed swatted PackGod's family's house. PackGod then discusses the situation where Leg went to meet these friends during a trip to LA, showing pictures of them together on social media. The video ends with PackGod expressing shock and disgust at the desperation of these individuals to resort to such dangerous acts. He thanks viewers for tuning in and promises to update if they receive more information on the situation. After this, in September 2022, after uncovering the news about PackGod on a Reddit recap, KSI encouraged his subscribers to subscribe to PackGod, with the aim of surpassing the Void channel subscriber count. Due to this, PackGod's subscriber count spiked dramatically, increasing by nearly 300k in a single day. Toward the end of 2022, Leg posted a now-deleted video accusing KSI of ruining his YouTube career, which led to backlash. After this, in July 2023, Leg uploaded a deleted apology video on the PackGod and Leg channel, now called Leg. But in conclusion, PackGod's narrative unveils a complex tale of collaboration turned betrayal, as he and Leg, once partners, found themselves embroiled in a dispute over channel ownership and control. PackGod's impact on the online community speaks volumes about his talent and dedication. He has managed to amass a solid following by combining his sharp wit, creative diss tracks, and engaging interactions, delivering a refreshing perspective on online entertainment.